to Happy Valley then on a Wednesday night, and after a wet week, it looks like, hopefully, it'll be dry as well for a 9-race programme we have on the card, and a really good card it looks as well. I'm Andrew Lejeune, welcome along to the show. I'm pleased to say I'm joined here in the studio by our form analyst in Paul Alley and race caller Tom Wood as well. Tom, and as always, the better racing towards the end of the night. Really good sprint to finish the card.
Yeah, the couple of really good races to finish the card. Andrew, race number 8, in that second last race, there's 7 horses that have at least won one race in their last 4 starts, so plenty of informed horses in that race. And then the last race, take your pick, there's plenty to choose from. Campione in the race as well with Eason and McLucky, who's actually trialled well since his first up failure.
Yeah, he's been back from a long break, and that'll be the final leg, Paul, of the 6 up. There's a monster jackpot there.
Yeah, really good one. 6.4 million going into that 6 up win bonus. There's also 1.5 million in the triple trio, if that's not enough for you as well. And look, there's lots of last start winners throughout the card, so there's going to be some really good even racing, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought going through the individual races. Before we get into those itself, I thought we'd have a quick look at the trainers' title race. We're up to meeting number 72 of the 88 for the season, Tom. And well, it's been back and forth between John Size and Frankie Law. Tony Cruz, Francis Law and Danny Shum making up the top 5, but it's really about the top 2 as far as the championship's concerned. Absolutely, and John Size had a red letter day on Sunday afternoon at Sharton with 3 winners, including taking out the last race, and moves into 73. Frankie Law 72. I wonder if we'll look back on that last Sunday meeting, Paul, and say if John Size finishes in front, how crucial that was. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? He's got the momentum at the moment as well, but Frankie Law, he's got some pretty good horses, and Easton in particular coming up. Well, we're going to have a look at the horses they've got running on Wednesday night. We'll start off with John's runners. Tom, Diamond Star, Shining Fortune, Drops of God, big weight, big chance. Crossford, I think should go well, and good old Scores of Fun. Yeah, he's lining up again. Diamond Star would have to be some sort of a chance the way he's been going in Class 5. Crossford, I think he's certainly a player for wider exotic. Shining Fortune, it's only lightly tried here in Hong Kong, so plenty of chances there. What about Frankie Law? Yeah, look, I really like Smart Idea. I think he's a really good chance. Flaming Passion is very consistent. He's a good chance as well. And Easton in the last. So of the 2, I'd probably say Frankie slightly has got the better runners. But Drops of God could easily win. Diamond Star could easily win. All right, well, there you go. So that's how it lines it going into the weekend. As far as the jockeys are concerned, well, Joe Moreira is out through suspension, joining Alex Lai on the sidelines there. So Zach Purton has 9 rides to try and eat into his lead at the moment. All right, of the 9 races, we're going to be looking at the final 2 on the programme, and we're on the B course here, working back as well. At the moment, it's good. There's not a great deal of rain forecast, so hopefully the track stays in that condition as well. So you can see there, we start off with a Class 5 of the 1650, a few Class 4s into the Class 3s, then finish off with that decent Class 2 sprint. We'll be looking at races 8 and 9 on the show here this afternoon. Right, we'll start off then with race number 8, which is that Class 3 over the 1650, and the field is headed by Amazing +1, Jerry Chow taking £3 off his back from barrier 10. Invincible Missile was a winner 2 starts back, but down the field behind Viva Hunter last time out. Crossford 6th on his last 2 starts. Packing Award won 2 of his last 3, run up to Greatest course and distance last time. Red Majesty should roll forward from barrier 2. We got Nothing New, a last start course and distance winner, as was Viva Hunter. Packing Famous up in class. He's won his last 2, and down to Loyal Baby. Just his second start back into Class 3 now, but down the field behind Goritis last time out. Right, that is the field as we have a look at the speed map first, Tom, and we're saying good through the early stages here. How do they stack up? Looks like it'll be good with horses like Red Majesty, drawn in barrier 2, California Sky in barrier number 4. He likes to go forward, and so too does Red Majesty, and to even extent, Paul, Viva Hunter, he's not immune to racing handy also. Yeah, look, he did lead last time from a wide draw. It was set outside the leader, but I just think with these 2 horses that are just a little bit more speedier early, which is California Sky and Red Majesty. Packing Award, that's the one that worries me a bit, where he's going to end up from his draw. And I thought Packing Famous, who did race quite handily last time, might just have to go back to get some cover. Okay, there he is towards the back of the field there, Packing Famous. With a decent speed, maybe you should be able to finish off over the top of them late. Right, where do we start? Well, California Sky, good effort last time out, finishing in 3rd place. He'll be ridden by Alexi Bedell on Wednesday night.
Alexi, California Sky, he's gradually improving. He ran 3rd beaten the neck last start, so when you had a spin around on him, were you happy enough with how he ran at Happy Valley last start?
Yeah, very much. As you mentioned, he's been improving, and seems like he handled very well Happy Valley. He's got a nice gate speed and allow him to cruise in front, and he just got beat on the line. But I believe if he improves after this run, he will be very competitive.
Is that where he sort of does his best racing up on the pace? Do you believe?
I suppose he's got natural speed, so this is very helpful to find a good position in Happy Valley, and he was strong through the line, so I'm very confident he's going to run well.
There's some alternate speed in the race. Is that a concern because one of those horses is drawn to the inside of you?
Yes, correct. I had a bit of speed underneath, so I have to probably see and try to find the right spot for the horse. But with a bit of luck and a smooth run, I believe it's going to be right there.
He had a recent barrier trial at Sharton back on the 6th of May. He didn't lead. How did he perform that morning at the trials?
He ran very well. Actually, he jumped well, but there was a bit of speed in the trials, so I didn't feel the need to put him under pressure. And I was very happy to take a seat and move him out in the straight, and he was running well.
Yeah, I think he just coasted to line there, Tom, in that trial. He looked all right.
He seemed to. He looked to do it well. As Alexi pointed out, there was a bit of speed in that barrier trial, so he didn't necessarily have to go forward there. And he's a horse that's been gradually improving. He was only really beaten Paul in the shadows last start.
Yeah, look, he's one of the major chances, I think, for me. He's going nicely and he's going to be in the right position.
All right, nothing new here winning, Paul. Amazing +1, still looking for that win, and Villafion, one of them.
Yeah, of the three, I think nothing new is the one that I'm going to go with here. He goes in my numbers. He's drawn 9, so you just get a little bit further back. But look, he'd been building up to this win. It was a really nice, strong win from him, I thought. Prior to that, he'd been going very well. So, look, he's definitely in for me.
And see, Zach lost the stick there over the final stages too with nothing new, and he had a really tough run. He'd had more economical runs than that, Andrew, and hadn't delivered, and gets a run 3 wide, no cover, and rocks up with a win.
There you go. See if we can go back to back. We can have a look at Viva Hunter. Winning here, Tom, and he's drawn out wide. He's won a couple of times now, course and distance, international meeting as well, or the IJC night as well. So we know he's got speed. Is he going to roll forward though, as he will as we look at the speed map drop in this time?
Yeah, I think he might be able to drop in certainly from barrier number 3. He's drawn to get a good economical run, and he was able to get across. They had certainly a plan last start. It worked out perfectly for him in the end. He's been very honest, Paul, and Manfred Mann's done a good job with him. He's taken him from 47 all the way up to 70.
Yeah, he keeps fighting. That's what I like about this horse. And you can see him fighting once again and going on and winning this. Now, he sat outside the leader last time, and as we said, he's got barrier 3. I think Red Majesty's more of a one-trick pony. He just has to lead. So I think that's better if he sits behind.
He's drawn barrier 2, Red Majesty. So in theory, it shouldn't be a problem for him to kick up from there. Can I have a look at Packing Famous as well, Paul? A couple of packing horses in it. Packing Award as well. What if Packing Famous though?
Yeah, look, he's drawn a little bit awkwardly in barrier number 8. Now, he's won his last 2, so the horse is going really well. At the moment, he comes up here into class 3, and I just think he's going to be a place further back than he would like. Otherwise, he might be wide. So he just didn't get in for me.
He settled well back last start, and he peeled off and around them down the side and kept that momentum going. It was quite a good win, I thought, from him, and he's got a lot less weight to carry this time round. So I'll be keeping him safe. Yeah,
he's had 3 starts in class 3 previously and hasn't placed, but Paul said he's coming off the back of 2 wins, so he's a horse in form. It's wide open though, Paul. California Sky at the moment, the favourite at 5.5. Yeah,
I got him in second as the Quinella horse. I'm going to stick with Viva Hunter, just with that inside draw. I think he's just going to get a perfect run just in behind the pace. California Sky, look, he keeps improving. The trial was good, and the last start was very good. Nothing new, really strong win from him last time. Packing Award, look, it just worries me, the draw, but I think the horse has still got rating points in hand. Just what sort of run he's going to get worries me a bit. But ended up with 7, 10, 6 and 4.
7, 4, 6 and 9. I've gone with here number 7, Viva Hunter. He's obviously done well since his last start effort. He's up 26 pounds here, and look, he stalked the leader and in the end won well. So he's a horse that's been in great form this season, and I think he can go on with it. Packing Award, of course, when he won a few runs ago, he had a really tough run. Might not get all favours here from barrier number 11, but he's the horse that keeps sticking on in the run. Does Packing Award. Nothing new. Good win from him last time out. Been knocking on the door several times prior to that. And Packing Famous, who's won his last 2. Yes, he hasn't done much in this grade before, but with the light weight on his back, I think he can play his part here. 7, 4, 6 and 9.
10 and 4, my cue there in race number 8. I think the market tells the story there. Reciprocation at 50 to 1. Everything else has got some sort of chance. Well, he's got a chance as well. He gets up from the 12 to the 16.50, but he was last on debut. So a really tough race, race number 8, as is the last. That's what we're looking at next. Race number 9 plus all the best bets. That comes up next.
Final Group 1 of the season.
Penfield in front. It's a Group 2 for Turbo Teton. Penfield won it. Absolute brilliant ride on Russian Emperor. Senor Toba has won the Queen Mother Memorial Cup.
The Standard Chartered Champions and Chater Cup, May 22nd, chart in.
Some of the runners heading into this weekend's final Group 1 of the season, the Standard Chartered Champions and Chater Cup. It's a really good undercard as well as a good sprint. Group 3, the Sha-Tin Vase. So looking forward to that. Hong Kong racing heads to Happy Valley though on Wednesday night. And we're just about to have a look at the final race on the programme, which is a Class 3 over the 1200 metres, and some up-and-coming sprinters and some that have been around for a little bit longer, including Voyage Warrior, a 6-year-old now, but a 5-time winner. 4 of them down the straight at Sha-Tin. Silver Fig drops in class, run up on the all-weather last time out. Campione won on the all-weather last time out. He's on a hat-trick. He'd won on the turf at Sha-Tin the start before that. We've got Explosive Witness, gets back, flashes home. He did behind Stoltz last time. Lucky With You beat Cordyceps 6, who goes round in that group race on the weekend, the Sha-Tin Vase. McLucky second up from a long spell. And Eason is another horse on a hat-trick. He comes up in class. So really strong lineup here for our final event of the night. Good, we're saying, Tom, in the early stages here. Speed-wise, though, where are we looking?
It looks like there'll be no shortage of pace in this race, Paul. We saw Campione blaze across from barrier 12 on the all-weather last time out, but we do know that Eason has got pace, and he was 4 wide, no cover into his first turn last assignment. Eason, Lucky With You looks like he should get a good run in the box seat, and then you've got Voyage Warrior and the runner. Where do they sort of end up?
Yeah, they're going to end up a bit wide, I think. The runner has been wide on a few occasions at Happy Valley. I think what's going to happen with this pace on, it's going to suit horses at the back, in particular a horse like Explosive Witness, who has got a really good finish. And Scores of Fun's coming in a bit fresh as well. Highly proactive. Now, it's where he's going to end up as well. If he doesn't tuck in, he could end up out by the road there, really wide. So I think he'll be looking for some cover.
OK, all right, but the pace should be on from the start, and it's possibly Campione be leading and maybe Lucky With You tucked right in behind. Let's talk tactics and other things with the trainer of Lucky With You, David Hayes.
David, Lucky With You lining up at Happy Valley for the first time. How satisfying was it to see him bounce back, beating a pretty handy field at Sha-Tin last start?
Yeah, I thought he beat a good horse, and it was a really good win, and he seems to have trained on well, so I'm hoping for a good run.
He's won twice earlier in the season over the 1200 metres, and you sort of stretch him out to 14 and 1600 metres for the 4-year-old series. Do you think 1200 is his best trip, or will he stretch out further?
Oh, he'll run. You know, he ran second to the Derby winner at 1400 at his attempt, and then he was ridden a little bit upside down in the big classic mile. If you ride him quietly for the first 400, I think he'll run a mile, but we'll try that next season. But I know he runs a good 1200. There'll be plenty of speed, and he'll be hopefully the horse joining him late.
He's strolled a Happy Valley in the past, going back to April of last year. Is it important to give a horse a trip to the valley so they sort of get an initiation of the place?
Look, I don't think it hurts. And we gave him a quiet trial that day, but he handled it very well. So I don't think the valley will be any problem to him.
He's ended up in barrier 2. Do you sort of see him box seating for this race potentially?
He might be box seat, might be one back from box seat, but he won't be too far away. And with that barrier, he should get a good run.
It's basically his second season here in Hong Kong, but his first sort of full season. He's a 4-year-old. Do you think he's got Class 1 ability, this horse?
Yeah, I do. I think next season he'll get there. Look, he's been racing now for he started his racing about a year ago, so I think he's just going to get more season for next year.
High praise then from David Hayes talking about Lucky With You. We can talk about him as we have a look at this replay again. You just saw in the interview there where Tom was speaking. Here is Lucky With You, Paul, as we pick it up on the bend. The other horses to look out for, of course, as well. Keep You Warm is a little bit further forwards, and the runner who'd be much happier back at Happy Valley as well. But This is a good performance considering, as I mentioned previously, Paul, that Cordyceps 6-1 at the back runs on the weekend in a group race.
Yeah, exactly. And, Cordyceps 6 was favourite for this race as well. Now, they did go back. He'd been sitting on the pace most of the time, this horse, but he went back. He showed that he's quite a versatile horse. He got out in the clear and he had a really good turn of foot as well. So it was a nice win from him. As David said, he's going to be probably a little bit closer, but at the Valley, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it is as well, and there's nothing wrong with that he can take a sit as well, but with barrier number 3, he's going to get, I think, a perfect run through it. He had a bit in hand there, I thought, over the final stages as well. You could see Karras just easing up on him very late in the race there.
All right, well, this might be the horse, Tom, that's leading them along in the early stages. Campione, 4th on debut, then 1 on the turf, and Tony Cruz then switched him to the all-weather. He made all here under Matthew Poon.
Yeah, so he's showing he's pretty versatile so far, this horse, and off his trials before his debut run, we hadn't seen a great deal to sort of suggest that he was going to come out and run a decent race first up and then improve and win again twice. So he's been a bit of a rough diamond, Paul.
He's going really well, isn't he? And look, he hasn't run a bad race in Hong Kong. There's no question about that. The Valley, I think, will suit him too. He's a little speedster, and I think he'll get round the Valley no problem. So, look, he's definitely one of the main chances.
Yeah, he's drawn barrier 5. He drew 12 that day on the all-weather. He was 3 from 3 in Italy before arriving. Windstorm Black was his name there, Tom.
He was, look, 2 wins here from his 3 starts, and no reason to suggest what we've seen so far on the turf at Sharton and on the all-weather at Sharton that he can't take the Valley and set at a light.
All right, deep field for this one though, as we can have a look at some of the other runners. Voyage Warrior here fares best out of the group, finishing in 4th, but Explosive Witness, a big finish here. Poor Grateful Heart, we know, has got a super record here at the Valley. Scores of Fun, not his best effort, but is capable of better. And McLucky, this is him first up from a spell, so he should improve.
Yeah, so look, he's been working well leading into it, McLucky. I just worry about Voyage Warrior, what run he's going to get with this pace from barrier 9. That concerns me, but of these ones, I do like Explosive Witness. I thought he finished off very strongly, and he should get the race run to suit. And he's a well-rated horse now, here at a rating of 91.
He hasn't won course and distance yet, Explosive Witness, but last time out of that whole night at the Valley where sort of needed to be on the pace. He ran 22.03, which was the equal quickest of the night with the triple in one of the earlier races. So there was plenty to like about his run against the trend last start, Explosive Witness.
Yeah, and I thought Grateful Heart was making up some ground there as well. Eason, though, Tom, can't really knock his record too much either. He's up in class, though, Wednesday.
Yeah, up in class, lightweight, and he did a fair bit of work, what we don't see in this video here. That first turn, 4 wide, no cover via the football club, pressing on with it, got to the lead, and in the end pinched a little bit of a break here in the straight, Paul, and won pretty well in the end.
I thought he did. Look, he's up in grade, as you say, but he's coming in with a lightish weight, and he's going well at the moment. I think he's still got rating points in hand. He's only a 3-year-old as well. So, look, there's improvement there for him, for sure.
Yeah, this is a really strong race. Yeah. There's no two ways about that. I'm sure the market reflects that. Yeah, 5.4 favourite, Paul, Explosive Witness.
Yeah, look, I agree. And I have got Explosive Witness in, but just on a place line here, I'm going to go with the 4 Campione. I just think he'll be in front out of trouble. That's the key. Eason, look, he meets him better at the weights, though, Eason, and he's a young up-and-coming horse. Lucky With You coming to the Valley, I think he's going to race well, and then Explosive Witness should get the race run to suit. So Thriller in the last, 4:11.76.
I'm going to settle with Explosive Witness in the end. There was a lot to like about his performance, I thought, last time out for Casper Founds, Alexi Bedell. Pace will be on, that'll suit him to run through the line strongly. Explosive Witness. Eason, Campione, very hard to leave those 2 out. And Lucky With You certainly goes in because he's going to be in the right place in the run also. 6, 11, 4 and 7.
I think it's a really strong race, but in particular, Campione and Lucky With You, I think they could turn out to be a couple of stars there. But super finish to the night. We've got the 9 races all up, though, Paul, so give us the highlights. Yeah,
look, we start off with a horse called Run the Table, who's dropping down in grade. He's coming back down into Class 5, and he has won there before. So I think he can start off pretty well. E-Legend's a last start winner who's been going really nicely, and that was over the course and distance as well. Sunny Delight's been consistent without winning. I do like horse Good News coming to the Valley for the first time. I think he's really going to be suited by it. He's only had the 5 starts to date. Encountered's first starter. I think he can run a bit of a race as well. Fresh up here. Smart Ideas won his last couple, and we've talked about the last 2. So, yeah, it's going to be a really good card, I think.
Okay, and don't forget, of course, on the website, in the audio video section there, you'll find full previews of each and every race. So of those, who turned out to be the best?
Good news I'm going to go with. There's a little bit of a risk there because he hasn't been to the Valley before, but from barrier number 1, he's going to get the perfect run. Derek Longsom, great form. He has won over the 1200 at Sharton before, and I think the Valley will suit him even more. So he's the best and counted. We're going to go with the first starter. Should be a decent price as well. He's had 4 trials to get him ready, and I've liked his last trial. He did run third behind a couple of higher rated horses as well, so a good trial from him. And we'll put him in the play along with Drops of God and Scotch Tycoon. So QQP in race 6, 1, 6 and 7.
My best comes up in one of the races in the middle part of the program. Race 6 at number 9, Flaming Passion, Frankie Law. Matthew Chadwick from barrier number 1. He's been knocking on the door. This horse recently has been consistent without winning. Lightweight on his back. He's a 2-time winner from his 16 starts as Flaming Passion. An explosive witness in the final race. Race 9, number 6 for Casper Founds and Alexi Bedell. Strong run from him last time out from back in the field. He'll get the speed to suit this Wednesday night. And they're playing the second race with the Happy Daily, Zach Burton Ryan to Peter Ho, Win-Win Fighter and last start winner E-Legend. 1, 4 and 5.
Sorry, Tom. Yep. For me, we go race number 9, Campione. It's a really, really good race, but he'll be out in front. I think he could be a star, Campione. So we'll go with him against Lucky With You. And this will be actually a double if we get this one up for the owners, the Wong family. Transcendent runs in the same colours, are very similar. Luke Ferraris riding again for Tony Cruz. Really nice trial from him coming into Wednesday night's programme. We're going off that. And the QQP, I'd be really surprised if we're not very, very close with this. 4, 7, 11, Campione, Lucky With You and Eason. That's the 1, 2, 3 for me. Then we head to Shartin. Tom, big Group 1 and the Group 3, the Shartin Vars. Looking forward to that sprint.
Yeah, the sprint's a cracking race to go with the Group 1 on the day. Skyfield, Lucky Patch, Computer Patch, Hot King Prawn, Super Wealthy, Sight Success, Lucky Express, Duke Y, California Deep Shot, Cordyceps 6 and Nervous Witness will be ridden by Wagner Borg. I think Alexi will ride.
Quite possibly. They're off lightweight, Paul. We've got the Group 1 winners, Hot King Prawn and Skyfield at the top. I think it really brings them all together.
It does, doesn't it? And it's like those horses. You've got Lucky Patch, which is we'll see if he can bounce back as well. So really good sprint. And there'll be an eye on the weather as well, I think, for the Group 1 with Russian Emperor. Yeah,
and Banfield back to defend his crown. All right, that's the show, though. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll see you at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. We will be racing to win.